Do you know about a split within the ANC NEC where there are those that are in support of the ANC working with the EFF as well as the MK party, and those who are opposed to that saying that rather go the Democratic Alliance route? And we are told that the heads of both of these is one is Paul Mashatile, the deputy president, and his supporters who are pushing for EFF MK deal, and the president and his supporters who are pushing for a Democratic Alliance deal.
Look, like in any other normal organization, I'm sure that there would be different interpretations and understanding of just how do you handle conjunctural issues. Like this issue of the ANC losing 50% plus one is happening for the first time at national level. They, of course, will have different approaches depending on their ideological dispositions, sometimes even private interest as to how they interpret certain questions. What we are dealing with ourselves is to treat the ANC that here is our proposal to the entire ANC so that they do not have deliberations with a false view that the only option that they have now is to work with the Democratic Alliance. We have presented a clear framework that is based on the Freedom Charter, that is based on progressive internationalism, that is based on the principle of redress. And we're saying that you can pursue alternate options. You are not beholden to the Democratic Alliance. So we, of course, will contribute to what the ANC gets to deliberate. We're not interested in the internal dynamics of the ANC, but we know that they obviously cannot be homogeneous in terms of how they approach this question.
Okay. In your email as well, you speak about the 66% that essentially when you look at progressive parties as you describe them,
yes,
you make up about 66%. That's about two-thirds majority, right?
Yes.
It's about
actually,
a two-thirds majority.
Yeah, the context of that, by the way, which we said in the meeting and which we can repeat as well, is we said that we think that politically what the ANC should have done immediately after elections when they realized that at 40%, their inclination should have been towards the reunification of the liberation forces, of forces that still ascribe to the Freedom Charter, of forces that still believe that there is a historical mission to conclude here in South Africa. And those constitute more than 66% in the current parliament. So if you combine what the ANC has what MK has, what the EFF has, what UDM has, what the National Coloured Congress has as well, it's a solid foundation of formations that literally got to move out of the African National Congress. So instead of an attempt to reunite the liberation forces, the ANC thus far seems to be choosing the right-wing forces which represent the counter-revolutionary agenda. So that is the agenda
wasn't that the intention? Wasn't that the intention of the letter also?
In terms of what?
To again, as I said a bit earlier on, say to the public that these are the options that we've put forward to the ANC. It's not true, as you said a bit earlier on, that there's only one other available option, that there are alternatives. That was the intention of the letter.
That is the intention, to say that like there are options and which are far much more politically sound alternatives, and not the confusion which is going to be constituted with the Democratic Alliance.